Another way to combine signals together is to multiply their amplitude values. We'll do this in our computer code by using element-wise array multiplication. In a previous section, we looked at changing a signal's amplitude. What we did is we took our signal, we multiplied it by an individual number to scale the amplitude. In this case, what we're going to be doing is scaling the amplitude of one signal relative to another signal. This will allow us to do a couple different things. The first thing we'll look at is performing amplitude fades to fade in or fade out a signal. Then we'll also look at amplitude modulation. This concept was used in AM radio, but we'll use it to create the tremolo effect. First, let's look at some basic examples of just performing this element-wise array multiplication. Let's look at an example performing element-wise array multiplication. We're going to use this operation anytime we want to scale the amplitude of one signal relative to the amplitude of another signal. Array multiplication works differently than what we saw before with array addition and array subtraction, and I'll demonstrate this difference through this example. Let's say we have a couple different arrays. First one we'll assign to the variable m, and it has the values 5, 4, 7, and 9. Let's create another array n with the same dimensions, but it'll have different values. How about 2, 3, 1, and 0. What we'd like to do is multiply element by element m times n. If we type in the command m with the multiplication sign followed by n, we actually receive an error. This is because by default, the multiplication sign with arrays performs a different type of operation. It does not perform element-wise processing. We'll come back later on and look at how this multiplication actually works when we're working with matrices. In this case, what we would like to do is modify this operator so that it performs element-wise or point-wise processing. So what we're going to do here is type in the command m, and then we're going to modify it by putting in period with the multiplication sign followed by n. Now we're telling Matlab that we like to perform element-wise processing or point-wise processing. We saw a similar kind of thing before when we were working with arrays and we want to raise them to the power of 2 or some other number. So now when we execute this command, we see that we get the result that we would anticipate. 5 times 2 equals 10. 4 times 3 equals 12. 7 times 1 equals 7. So any number times 1 will equal itself. Then we have 9 times 0 equals 0. Any number times 0 will also give us 0. Here the one necessary requirement is that these two arrays or signals have the same dimensions. If that's the case, then we can use this operator to scale the amplitude of one signal relative to the amplitude of another one. We'll use this as part of amplitude modulation for the tremolo effect.